Welcome everybody to episode 69 of the Nintendo Tonight podcast.
Nice.
We did it. We are this far into the show that we've made it to episode 69.
Yeah.
A good show for you guys today. We've got, of course, I'm here, obviously. We got Thomas. He's always here. PJ, he's always here. We have Kagan.
That's me.
You should probably explain.
I wanted to make it awkward. I He's, I would say, our editor for Switch Shop, but he's kind of much more than that. He script writes. He does thumbnails. He does the soundboard and calls all the time.
You could call him X, the everything app.
He is Switch Shop, the everything app, basically. He's
Yes.
the
Switch Shop GPT. That's what they call me.
Yeah. So he's just here just for the episode. So that's going to be fun. But today we got a good show for you guys. We got some news for you. We got some Furukawa's been talking to us quite a bit recently, and he's got
I love when he does that.
Whispering in our ear.
Yes. There's some
Love
Donkey
that.
Kong Country news about not the games, but of like in Japan at
Of
Universal.
course.
Yeah, no new
God.
Donkey Kong games, but you can fly to Japan and see a big Donkey Kong. And then we got some other stuff to talk about. We'll get to that later on. And then also, lastly, we have a really, really fun segment that I'm not going to spoil for you guys yet. I think a couple of the guys in here know it, but I'm gonna
I
wait
have no
off
idea
it.
what it is.
You guys will
So.
know later on. It's a
Exciting.
special segment. It'll be super fun. But firstly, let's talk about some Pokemon, specifically Ilka. They seem to be working on a new Pokemon game. PJ,
No!
is that right?
No! I've heard. I have heard of this.
Why?
So to preface, they made Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, right?
Yes.
Hence
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I
so
believe they
those games
also
notoriously
develop.
bad.
Yeah, I believe they also develop Pokemon Home. I think they do that. I'm pretty sure. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah,
No, I think you're right.
I think essentially the other day there was like this company formed kind of combining like Ilka and Pokemon Company employees called like Pokemon Works. So that's probably that as well. And then back to the leaks that we talked about a couple episodes ago, maybe like 3 episodes ago now, where everything Game Freak got pretty much leaked online. Essentially, apparently it's supposed to be some sort of MMO Pokemon game. So that's interesting. That's the big rumor of what they're working on. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, a lot of people kind of said that like Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl really isn't like indicative of what Ilka is as a developer itself. Like it was kind of the games essentially weren't supposed to happen. Like these remakes weren't supposed to happen. Like Game Freak just wanted to do Legends Arceus, but just it just didn't happen like that. And then we got this crapshoot of things.
Yeah.
That is the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So, I mean, kind of interesting, but
That is an interesting
hopefully we see something
thing,
soon.
because at first when I read this, I was like, oh, they're going to just make the Gen 5 remakes with Ilka, and I was like, that kind of sucks. But if they're making an MMO to spin off, I'm kind of fine with that. Like, it's something new. There's nothing too much to write home about that. Moving on to the next news topic, we've got Super Nintendo World. They've opened up a Donkey Kong Country world. I'm not sure if it's a world or just a separate part of Super Nintendo World.
It's like an
but
expansion
it's an
to
expansion.
Super Nintendo World.
That's the best way to put it. That's the best
It's a
way to
free
put
update. At one might say
Speaking
Nintendo
of
is
free
adding in
update,
free
speaking of
updates.
free update, really quick, I literally just got this notification on my phone. Mac, you would love this. Tracks from the Wii Sports game have been added to Nintendo Music right now.
No way. No
Saw
way.
that.
I definitely have Nintendo Music downloaded on my phone.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I think
anyway.
we all do, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I was just listening to that. No, we got the Donkey Kong World at Super Nintendo World. It's finally a Super Nintendo World, not a Super Mario World. They've got, Donkey Kong is technically in the Mario universe, but I think that makes Mario part of the Donkey Kong universe. I'm not exactly sure which way it goes, because Donkey Kong came out first. But
The big debate.
yeah, if you want to skim ahead to the Donkey Kong area, we can take a look at what it looks like. I think it looks
Ooh.
kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. There's
Yeah,
a
it
big-
does
That
look pretty
actually
cool.
stands for Kagan. That's
Yes.
actually a
No,
yes
oh.
to me.
Yeah.
Donkey Kagan.
So
Jungle
Yeah.
Beach
That's a nice
Shakes.
little
Ooh.
reference.
it is kind of interesting to look at, because I think the way they're basing these worlds off is how they looked in the Mario movie. Because The
see.
Donkey Kong world looks very similar to the one that's in the movie. To be fair, the one in the movie's based off the Donkey Kong Country games, but like in person, it looks like what it did in the movie. Not a lot of like attractions here that we've seen. We've seen
There's the one
minecart
roller
ride, which
coaster.
obviously looks fun. It's a roller coaster. There's a couple of things like there's the bongos where if you like hit them at the same rhythm or whatever, like Rambi comes out. It's pretty neat. But I don't know. It'll be fun when it comes. They also say at the very end that it's coming to Orlando in 2026 or 2025 when Epic Universe comes out. So I will at least be having fun at Super Nintendo World at both the Mario and Donkey Kong areas.
This was a straight troll, actually. Look at what they're showing in the video for audio listeners. It's the roller coaster getting up to the top, and that's all they show.
That's horrible.
Straight
That's so
troll.
Nintendo. That's so Nintendo.
That was
no
ridiculous.
spoilers. We don't want spoilers.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I have absolutely nothing to say. Like, is anyone in this call like a big roller coaster / like
Not really.
like amusement park guy? I love them. I'll go
Yeah.
on like any roller coaster at an amusement park I'm at. But I wouldn't consider myself the roller coaster guy. So I
Yeah.
don't really have any.
See, I've grown up with a lot of roller coasters living in Orlando, and I'm excited for it. I will be going because it's Nintendo World, but from what I've seen, specifically the Donkey Kong World looks very bare bones. So I'm really hoping that there's a little more to this than what they've shown. But
I would expect that there would be a lot more. Like, they're really secretive. So let's hope there's a little bit more. But yeah,
But
I mean,
it looks
it's
nice.
cool to see
It'll be
the
cool to
stuff
walk
from the
around.
video games in real life. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. This was supposed to be one of our main news segments, but we actually switched it to news that missed the cut because there's not really much to talk about here.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to our third news segment, which is a little more interesting. Nintendo sues a person who streamed an emulated and pre-released Switch game, which was Brothership. And
Weird hill to die on, but
first
okay.
of all, why are you pirating Brothership of all games? Second of all, why are you playing it on stream before it releases? That is just like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Hey man, free clout points. Why not?
Here, there was also some interesting things
Free
I read
lawsuit.
in this actual news segment. Here, if you scroll down, let's see. Wait. Oh yeah,
that's
so
me.
he's been actively helping people find updated copies of the emulators and sent a letter to Nintendo taunting them, saying that he has thousands of burner accounts and he can quote unquote do this all day.
What is this? Guy's
Okay,
problem?
Captain America. Like, dude thinks he's just
I can't do this all
so
day.
like. What an idiot. I mean,
Oh.
what an idiot.
You
Thank
gotta
good
gotta
sir.
also take a look here because he had been streaming these games on, I'm gonna say, a lot of streaming services: YouTube, Discord, Twitch, TikTok, Trovo, Kick,
What the?
Vaughn, DLive, Picardo,
Huh?
Nemo,
That's not even real.
Facebook, and Loco.
I mean, some of those are AI generated, no? Like, I only recognize like half of them. That's insane. Dude really just wanted. He must have like hated his life for real.
Yeah,
no?
and he's been
Like,
doing this for 2 years with multiple other Switch games, and he finally got caught.
Okay. Interesting.
I
Huh.
think
He also linked people to piracy tools and streamed them with his Cash App QR code on screen. So
Yeah, so when I first
This guy was asking for it.
Jeez.
when I first read this, I was a little bit nervous, like what exactly Nintendo is suing him for, because I played a pirated version of Mario 64 on stream before. Nintendo, don't come for me. But the fact that he's number one playing pre-released Switch games, number two linking the emulators in his stream, that's like the number one thing. Like emulator people, they're like, if you want to go find it, you can probably find it somewhere, but their whole thing is to not directly lead you to the actual like app that emulates. And three,
Or the ROMs, more
distributing the
importantly.
Yeah.
ROMs.
Yep.
Distributing the
Yeah.
ROMs? Are you kidding me? Like, how dumb do you have to be?
Yeah, this is like pretty stupid from top to bottom. Like honestly, sometimes when we talk about emulation, I'm mostly on the side of it, but you can't be doing this. Like it's different when you're actually emulating and playing games that are not able to be purchased anymore, or if it's, you know, like an eBay game that's going for like $350 for a small little cartridge or something like that. But an unreleased Switch game, like, what are we really doing here? And again, I will say it again, weird hill to die on for Brothership. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I will say, in defense, Brothership is a pretty good game to pirate because it doesn't run well on the Switch at all, as I showed all of you on Thursday.
Yeah.
You might actually be able to play the game on an emulator, so that one actually makes some sense. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, I don't get that one, but
I don't even know why you'd
And
want to play that
Battle
game,
League.
period. No
Oh my
disrespect
God.
to Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
yeah,
but
if
that's
you're
not like
pirating Mario Strikers Battle League, you
What
know,
are you doing?
hopefully you're spending the money you're saving on some therapy. So
It
Real.
isn't the
That's
main-
real. That's
the
real.
main thing about Mario Strikers Battle League is that, like, the online stuff, like, can you play emulated games online?
I can't
Definitely
imagine.
not.
I doubt it.
No, I cannot
You
imagine.
link a
that you
Nintendo,
could.
you link a paying Nintendo Network account to an emulator. I feel like they just they
That's an
bomb
instant
your
flag.
computer.
Instant
well, there is like
flag.
Yuzu,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah,
know
but
people
can you
use
play
for Smash.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
is that like a net play like Dolphin scenario, or does that use
Yeah, I
the
don't know.
actual Smash servers?
There's no way because I know you're talking about with the user
Yeah.
stuff. It looks way too smooth to be that peer-to-peer
No, that's
BS
the
that
whole
we've
point
seen.
of Yuzu is that it's like it's not peer to peer.
Yeah.
It's like rollback netcode. But
Right.
I don't know if that's just for Smash. It could be like a Slippy kind of thing.
Interesting.
But I think
have no
I think the
idea.
article mentioned Yuzu at some point. I could
Yeah.
be wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it did.
directly
Yeah.
linked the emulators.
3
in
different Switch
streams.
emulators and is playing unreleased Switch games.
He wrote, "Capitalism
I-
is cancer" in
an
all
idiot.
caps. "My channel is being deleted for sharing gameplay videos. This is your reward."
Yeah, and then he got 150K
This
dropped
guy
on
is
his
like
head. Have fun.
some vigilante. He's like Robin Hood. He's Robin Hood for video games.
Hey, but he's like delusional.
Yeah.
What is the point you're making here? I don't
con-
understand it.
Honestly, the fact that Nintendo is only asking for $150,000, he should be happy about that, because I've seen them go after
True.
people for way more.
Oh, yeah, this is Jack saying this
per
is per
violation.
allegation.
Damn!
Oh, no. Okay, maybe
wait.
maybe this guy's done for.
I'm going bankrupt.
What does that say? Keegan could pay?
Actually, Jack, you're gonna
Keegan?
want to
That's
blur
it.
out
That's
the
close
part-
enough to Kegan.
That's Kegan. That says Kegan.
That's you, bro.
That's
That's
me.
you.
That's actually just him.
We brought one
I
guest
gotta
onto
flee-
the
I
podcast,
gotta flee the
and it's
country.
the goddamn most wanted Nintendo criminal in history.
I'm moving to Antarctica.
Jack, you're gonna
The
wanna
ninjas will find
bleep
you
out
there.
that part where I say I emulated Super Mario 64. Just that never happened. That never actually happened.
No.
I was
No,
allegedly-
I actually
Yeah.
I emulated Super Mario 64 too. On Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which was played legally, purchased legally on my Nintendo Switch. That's a game that emulates a game on the actual Nintendo console. You cannot come after us. That's what you meant to.
That's what I meant too. Even
yeah.
though I was BLJing in the stream.
Well, you emulated it on N64 Online. So
True.
You have
true.
BLJs.
They do have
That is true.
BLJs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saved.
Yeah. That
So
sucks
true.
for that guy.
This is ridiculous. This is
honestly, he
ridiculous.
had it
$7.5 million.
If you're gonna
This
send
guy's
yeah. Oh
dumb.
yeah.
if you're gonna send letters to Nintendo and taunt them, saying that you can do this all day, you had it coming.
That's what takes us into delusion levels.
Like-
You are not Dexter, bro. You are not like a serial killer with some like master plan where you're like taunting the police. You're sending letters to a child's video game company with notoriously strict pirating and emulation laws, taunting them about the fact that you're pirating their games that haven't come out yet. You could this dude could have actually gotten put in jail for like a million years, like $7.5 million. Obviously, like aggressive. The dude definitely doesn't have $7.5 million if he's pirating Mario versus Donkey Kong. But like, he could get the most excessive punishment ever, and I'd be like, yeah, well, it sucks, but bro, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, what did you actually think was gonna happen? There was
Maybe he can
no
pirate
other
a good
scenario.
attorney.
Yeah. Where is
Maybe.
he from? Is he from the U.S.?
Does it
Yeah,
say?
I don't know.
It's got I don't know. Check the source of the My Nintendo News
Here,
article.
what's his
Or
name?
is that the
Jesse.
every game? video-
U.S. court, Colorado. Colorado.
Colorado?
Look at the court document or the.
I'm getting
Yeah.
doxxed.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay,
Castle
this
Rock.
guy.
Okay.
This guy deserves it.
It's
Sorry,
over.
Yeah,
buddy.
if you're from
It's over.
Colorado,
He needs to
Yeah.
go skiing.
I
Go
don't-
go touch some snow.
true.
Yeah,
Do
he was
that.
probably touching some snow when he decided to send Nintendo a bunch of letters about pirating their games. let's
True.
jump on into the next damn story.
Our next topic.
This is exciting. I'm so
This is
excited.
Here, I'll
Oh, yeah,
read
this
it
is
out
big.
for everybody that's listening. This is. Oh, I'm actually gonna be playing Furukawa during this. Just want to let everybody know.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
This is Furukawa. At today's corporate management policy briefing, we announced that Nintendo Switch software will also be playable on the successor to Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch Online will be available on the successor to Nintendo Switch as well. Further information about the successor to Nintendo Switch, including its compatibility with Nintendo Switch, will be announced at a later date.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
That's hype.
So this-
Well, it's
So essentially, it
good to get some
confirms that it's
confirmation.
that it's a Switch 2. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when we figured this out. Like, I remember we were all in call and we saw this.
Why
happen
were we
live.
all in call, PJ?
Because we
When
were
was this
watching
announced?
the election. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was so funny that it was like during the.
Well, actually, they waited to announce this until during the election, not
Exactly.
after
Yeah.
during, because they want. I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
The
was like,
Switch 2 got called before Pennsylvania did.
Ridiculous.
literally. No, I remember. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And Kagan's like, dude, like Switch 2 just got confirmed. Like, what do you mean it's not
Yeah.
a big deal? I don't know. I always thought it was gonna be a Switch 2. I thought everybody also assumed, but I don't know.
I mean, we did, but you know what they say about assuming. When it's Nintendo, don't
True.
freaking do it. And there's a there's
Sure, sure,
there's
yeah.
some good confirmation here that not only is it going to be Switch 2, but also there is the ability to play older games on this console. Because even if it
Yeah.
was Switch, like there was a universe where they launched Switch 2 and there's no backwards compatibility. It was like a weird universe,
Yeah.
but that does exist. And we're talking about a company that sold me a $100 alarm clock, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
put it past them. It's good to
Yeah.
see that, it is. And it's good to see that Switch Online will also be available. So they've talked already about trying to make it a smooth transition for Switch users, like Switch Online users. So it's good to see that it's still available. The only reason I say it's good, I kind of booed it while Furukawa was talking through Mac. But I'm not a big fan of Switch Online at all. I think I voiced that during one of PJ's hot take segments a couple episodes ago. The one thing I'm really stoked about, the fact that it's getting brought over though, is this simply has to mean that all of the Nintendo Switch Online games on like the N64 app and all those will come over, so we don't have to wait like another 7 years for them to add less games than were already on the Wii U Virtual Console. So that'll be good.
Yeah. No, we've talked about this in the past. The number one thing they had to do with the Nintendo Switch 2, or the successor to the Nintendo Switch, is that it had to have backwards compatibility. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
this console, the Switch, had so many Wii U ports, had Nintendo Switch Online with basically every game through the N64 being on there besides Pokemon. Like, it would make it zero sense to release a new console that can't play any of those games. And then on top of that, not being able to play all the other Switch games, that would have just been idiotic at that point, because you start the console with zero games. It would be like day one with the Switch, where everybody just had Breath of the Wild, except nobody would be happy about it because the Switch had all those games. Like, the fact that you wouldn't be able to play it on the next console would just be idiotic.
Yeah, I think another exciting element about like the Switch 2 could be playing those old games that maybe didn't perform as well, and then seeing how they do on the new Switch. Like,
That's a good point.
You know, hey, day one, I'm putting in my Pokemon Scarlet cartridge. I don't know, just saying, I'm gonna go see for sure. But, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I think we were all confused as to like why this was announced like November 5th. There was like a meeting they had with their shareholders or whatever, but
Yep.
I think the reason they specifically announced this, even though we have like nothing else confirmed, is because they want to sell more Switch games before
Right.
Christmas. Because they're gonna sell a few more million units probably. They want to sell games like Brothership and Mario Party, and we're all kind of on the same page here, where we don't really expect to see it at this point until next year, before March. So this is probably like the last announcement we will get until we get another. This is Furukawa. The Switch 2 is getting announced tomorrow at 10 a.m.
And I will
That
read that
tweet-
out.
I can
I will
literally
love
see that.
I will love that tweet. That will be legendary. Yeah, no, I completely agree, Kagan. This is pretty much entirely a holiday sales maneuver by Nintendo, which completely makes sense. Like, might as well kind of reassure everyone who is buying a Switch game this holiday that, hey, you're going to be able to play this once you upgrade. Because like everyone knows Switch 2 is coming out, so that could put a inherent damper on being able to sell like actual game like software, but it looks like it won't. So that's a good thing. I'm really hoping that like I don't know how many games will get like Switch 2 specific patches. But I'm hoping at least that a lot of games get unlocked frame rates and unlocked resolutions
Please.
for Switch 2, because like any game that you play on Switch 2, like Brothership is a perfect example. Kagan was showing us all the Mario and Luigi Brothership like load times going in and out of battles, and I will let you actually speak to, are those good load times, Kagan? Are those good?
No, it's about 15 seconds in and 15 seconds out, and it's every single time you fight an enemy, which is a lot. It's probably hours of time in your playthrough. And I specifically said, while playing in Call, I was like, I might literally wait for Switch 2 to finish this game, because this is so unbearable.
Yeah, not good.
So,
Something like that will be fixed just by playing it on newer hardware. But certain games have various frame rate caps and frame rate and resolution caps. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, there are some games that are like locked to 30 frames per second, and just putting that on new hardware will not make those games magically locked at 60 frames per second, because that would require a patch to like the code of the game. So even if there's not like, even if say we don't get like a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet patch that like adds like fixes a lot of the textures or stuff like that, I'm hoping that most of the games at least get a patch that allow maybe uncapped frame rate or uncapped resolution or a higher cap on those, because that's like the main thing. Besides that, it would only be load times, I think, and like slow down within the capped frame rates that would actually be improved. So
If Pokemon Scarlet and Violet got, this is just another example, like if it got an uncapped frame rate, I think a lot of people feel differently about that game. Like, I don't know, it would just be so much better. Like even games like Tears of the Kingdom, like which people are considering one of the best Nintendo games ever released already. Like, I don't know, I feel like Switch 2, that could really help it out, but we shall see what games get a patch or anything, or how it's going to work. But it's exciting as well, because not only are we going to have like probably day one Switch 2 games, but also we can go back to older games and see what the difference is. So it's exciting stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also, like, Tears of the Kingdom is kind of one of those games that has magically worked around the Switch's hardware to where it's kind of a miracle how well it runs. So imagine a Zelda, open world adventure on new hardware that is still working around the even better hardware.
Yeah.
It could be a game that's 4 times the size of a game that's already as massive as Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm not sure I'd be able to pick that game up because it'd be so massive. Tears of the Kingdom is already so massive that it's intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I love it.
That would be great. I mean, I'm just hoping, like, it's going to be really interesting to see, like, Digital Foundry's different, like, comparisons of Switch 1 games running on Switch 1 versus Switch 2.
I'm so excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm most looking forward to. I think games like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like any games that has like severe frame rate dips and drops, those theoretically should be fixed. Again, the main thing I'm hoping for is like games with capped frame rates. Like I'm pretty sure maybe Bayonetta 3 or something has like a capped 30 FPS. Oftentimes it dips below that, but it cannot physically run higher. Like, it's in the game's code. It cannot go higher than 30. Like, any game like that will need a patch. So, obviously, no information about that other than, like, they're going to be playable in this tweet. So, no confirmation either way in terms of if we're getting patches for specific games. But that's, I think, the biggest thing to look forward now that we actually know backwards compatibility is a thing. Like, seeing how far they're going to take it. Like, is it just, oh, you can play these old games? Will some of them be enhanced? Will some of them get full, like, Switch 2 versions? I don't know, but that's the biggest question I have.
Yeah. Okay, that was our final news segment. Now is on to our big behemoth of a segment today.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've been wearing this Nintendo shirt the entire podcast, and it's not because I went to New York and bought it at their gift shop. No, I actually work at Nintendo. And I don't just work at Nintendo. I'm from the future. You want to go to the next slide, Jack? We're time traveling. It's the year 2047, 30 years after the Switch was released. If you want to move on to the next slide, we're going to be time traveling. So I got to give a disclaimer. First, things we do in the future do not affect the past. Secondly, we are also in a bubble, and we don't know any future events such as finding lottery tickets or sports almanacs. None of that is allowed.
Dang.
Thirdly, what do we know? Nintendo is alive and well and has tasked us with this assignment. Using our contemporary knowledge, we must help Nintendo design the Nintendo Switch Classic Edition. Okay? The Nintendo Switch is retro now. So we have to pick the top, we don't know yet, amount of games. Past Classic Editions had 30 games on the NES, 21 on the SNES. The other ones you don't need to worry about. They haven't released yet. You'll see in the future. So our first decision, how many games do we want on this Switch Classic? 18 games, it can switch and Wi-Fi is included. 20 games, it can switch but no Wi-Fi included. Or 22 games, TV only, no Wi-Fi.
Bold of you to assume that we still have TVs in the year 2047.
Well, I'm actually from
it's not
the
all
future.
Neuralink. What happened to Neuralink?
So he knows.
What happened to Big
I can't
Elon
tell
and
you
his-
anything. We're in a bubble. I can't tell you, but I do
okay.
know.
He's got a good point.
Oh, okay. Maybe you have Neuralink. Uh-oh. Never mind. No. Ooh, this is a good first decision we have to make here. It sounds kind of funny. I am of the mindset that the Switch Classic Edition does not need to actually switch.
Okay.
I just don't really think it needs to. I think the main point of buying a Classic Edition is solely to play the games that were on it. Like the NES Classic Edition you couldn't connect Rob or a Light Gun Zapper or stuff like that. But you can still play all the games. The Switch, even if you can't take it out, getting a Switch Classic with a bunch of games, 22 games, I think would be better than 18 games that can switch and Wi-Fi included. Just because those extra 4 games, like we're way in the future. No one really, we're mainly just trying to get these games again because it's not like Nintendo will ever resell any of these games ever.
That
so.
is true. That is true.
Yeah,
What is everybody
that's my
else's
thought
thoughts?
process.
I don't know. I'm on the side of can switch no Wi-Fi because there's only really like 2 games, at least to me, that come to mind that would kind of have like a big Wi-Fi thing, and that's Mario Kart and Smash Ultimate. And then can switch, I'm thinking about games like Animal Crossing and stuff like that. So I think I would be on the side of can switch no Wi-Fi, but I would be open to going TV only, no Wi-Fi with 22.
What are your thoughts, Kagan?
I think my initial thought was can switch no Wi-Fi, but when I think of like the classic editions, they're very small, and so I kind of want it to be like this tiny little switch that you just plug into your TV. I think that would be cool.
Okay.
So I kind of lean the 22 game option where it's TV only.
Okay.
You can run that.
I don't think the novelty in the year 2047 of the Switch is as necessary. I think it's more of a
Can I ask one question, Mac?
Sure.
About the year?
It's actually Mac 2.0. I'm a robot.
Mac 2.0. Can I ask one question about the year? Is Big Justice or the Rizzler the president of the United States of America? Which one?
We don't have the soundboard in the server. Damn.
Can you answer that? Is that answerable?
You know what?
It's gotta be one of the two.
If we make it through this process, I will tell you. It'll be your
Okay,
reward.
good.
Okay, I also have another question. Was the Rizzler used as a battering ram again?
He was in the year 2024. I can't tell you
No-
that because you're
okay.
from that year.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yep.
I don't even get that.
Okay.
The
brain
soundboard,
runs-
man. The soundboard.
Which
I
amount
have
of
the
games are
soundboard
we
perma
picking?
muted. I think we go. I think we go 22.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think
So
Hagen
is
and I are both
Wi-Fi
leaning that
not
way.
important here?
For a classic edition console,
Yeah, I don't.
it would be
is.
nice to have it, but I don't think Nintendo does.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch 7 online for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 22 games.
I
it
think we
is.
go 22. Yeah.
22 games it is. Second decision. What color should the Joy-Cons be? Gray
Blue
or
and red.
blue and red?
It's got to be blue and red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just so
gotta
much
be.
Who's
more
gonna
character.
pick gray?
Yeah.
Easy. Blue and red.
Yeah.
That's what you
100%.
think of when you think of the Switch, I think. I
Yeah.
bought the gray Joy-Cons, but I think of the blue and red.
Yeah. I can't give my bias, but I would personally agree. Back in the day, Mac 1.0, he bought a gray Switch, but I think this is a good decision on your part.
Yeah.
All right, next slide. Okay, next part is the game decision. Let me say that again. I don't know what happened. I glitched. Game decision focus.
It's the damn Neuralink.
Keep
It's
that
the
in, no,
Neuralink.
keep that in. Keep that in. Keep that in.
It's the Neuralink. That's what the Neuralink. That's what Elon does to you, bro. Grok is wiggling around in your brain. Dangerous stuff.
All right, we got 50 games for y'all to look at. When discussing a
Oh.
game as a team, you must come to the consensus of if it's a lock, bubble, or cut. Lock means it is 100% needs to be in. Bubble means could or could not be. Cut means not needed. Go to the next slide. Don't feel pressured to cut games too early. We will circle back at the end and shave our list down to the desired length. But also don't leave too many games bubbled, as that will make shaving down the list much harder. Do we have any other questions?
No, I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Let's move on
Yeah, this is fun.
to our first game. Mario
Oh.
Kart 8 Deluxe.
Lock. That's a
Lock.
lock.
This gotta be
boys.
a lock,
100%. Yeah, that's a lock.
Yeah, the only reason not to make it a lock would be because it's a Wii U game or whatever. But at this point,
I
it's
think-
a Switch game. If we're talking like
I
Booster
think
Force
beyond.
Pass,
Yeah, the DLC I think makes it its Switch game.
So yeah, I would
Lock?
agree.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's
Yeah.
a lock. That's our first
It is
lock.
locked in. Next game. Animal Crossing New Horizons.
It's the
gotta be
second
locked,
best-selling
right?
game on the
Yeah,
console.
it's gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Horizons
yeah,
has been
I'm
locked
lock.
in. Next game. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Another lock. Another
Another
lock.
Are we going down in terms of like
I-
sales?
We are.
Oh, well, most of
Nice.
these are gonna be locks. Yeah, I
we're
don't see.
gonna be
You
cruising
can't have
through
a
some
Switch.
locks here.
You
I
can't have
don't
a
know-
Switch
I don't know
Classic
about
without
that.
Smash Ultimate.
I don't know about that.
I'm not saving a lock for ARMS. I can tell you that much.
Next game.
Yeah, lock that.
Breath of the Wild.
Ooh.
See,
Okay,
this
wait,
was on
hold
the
on.
Wii U Classic in 2042.
True.
So
Okay,
low key,
Okay, hear
I'm
me
fine
out.
with
Hear
a
me
bubble
out.
here.
I was
Okay,
gonna
let's
say
hear it.
bubble as no, I was gonna say bubble as well because we haven't seen Tears of the Kingdom yet, obviously. So I almost wonder
Yeah.
like, would we want Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom when we get to that? That's
I
the
think-
thing where I'm at.
I think
I'll say-
I think we
yeah.
bubble it and come
Bubble.
back to it. The only reason I'm pro Breath of the Wild, even though I like Tears of the Kingdom way more, is it was a launch title. It's kind of like iconic with the Switch.
Yeah.
It was the first game we saw played on the Switch,
Yeah.
so it kind of is like it has that legacy aspect to it. But
yeah.
Yeah, I
Bubble
think
I'm
is.
saying bubble. I'm actually leaning
Yeah.
cut.
You're
Because-
leaning.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, you told us that there was a Wii U Classic that came out, and this
Yeah.
would probably be on the Wii
I
U
can't tell
Classic.
you. I can't tell you anything about the Wii U Classic.
I think
can't.
Tears of the
Oh,
Kingdom is the
tragic.
Switch one, and Breath of the Wild is the Wii U one. That's what I think.
Okay.
But we'll bubble it. We'll bubble it.
that's interesting.
we'll bubble
I think
for
you
now.
guys are
We'll
gonna be
come back
shocked
to
with
it.
how many Switch games there are, though,
Yeah.
that are like necessary.
We got
That's
50
probably
games
true.
to go through.
That's probably true. Oh lord. But how many of those are gonna be on the Wii U Classic?
A few.
I don't know.
A few perchance.
3D World's on the Switch. I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah.
Bowser's
we're
Fury,
keep- we're
Bowser's
keeping
Fury
that.
needs to be on the Switch
true.
Classic.
Next
we
game.
can-
Okay, let's.
Yeah. Oh, lock.
Yeah.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, that's a
lock.
cut for
Lock.
sure.
Oh my god, he's trying to be
No, it's a lock.
controversial.
It's a lock. Oh, we need to
Mario
say what the games are, though.
I've
Yeah,
been saying.
oh,
Yeah,
God.
Super Mario
Okay.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next game.
That's a lock.
Pokemon
Cut.
Sword and Shield.
Absolutely cut. No, we are cutting this. If there's gonna be one Pokemon game on the
Pokemon
list,
Cut and Bubble.
literally
Does
Sword
this
Shield.
counts as one game, I assume?
Yes.
On the
yes.
okay. I think yeah, I'm fine completely cutting it. What were you gonna say, PJ? The one Pokemon game deserves
I was
to be
gonna
Arceus?
say, I don't know. I don't know if it would be Scarlet Violet or it would be Legends Arceus. It would be
Dude,
kind
it'd
of
probably
hard.
be Let's Go.
I would prefer
I don't
Sword
know.
and Shield to Scarlet and Violet, right? Just because it actually like runs.
I mean, yeah, I
little
just
bit?
feel like
Or maybe
Scarlet
not.
and Violet are better though. Like I don't know.
Okay, then yeah.
Do y'all want to bubble it?
Uh,
I'm fine with cut.
I'm fine with cut too.
I mean,
I'm
can't.
fine with cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be fine
Okay.
with cutting it, dude. Honestly.
It's been cut. Next
Bye
game.
bye, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh no.
Pokemon
So this-
Scarlet and Violet.
This is actually like the net. If you're going sales wise, this is right after Sword and Shield.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I think
I'm saying bubble.
yeah, I was gonna say bubble as well because I don't know. I think that Let's Go point it's an interesting one because it's like Kanto and it's like the most visually appealing Pokemon game on the Switch in my opinion, and it
Yeah.
uses the Joy-Con really well. I mean, kind
I
of.
think
not really,
Arceus
but-
makes the most sense. I'm just wondering if we have two of them, and if there's a second, which it would be.
Yeah,
Because it's
I
not
think,
Brilliant Diamond.
Oh, pff, of course not. No, I think early prediction. I wouldn't hate putting this Gen 9 games and Legends Arceus on, but I
Yeah.
also want to make sure I'm not too Pokemon pilled. So I think we bubbled this for now,
Okay.
and we come back. But yeah, that's my take.
Next game.
That's a
That's
lock.
gotta
Zelda
be it.
Tears of the Kingdom.
That's a lock.
Lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lock.
That's a lock. Yep,
Lock her
100%.
up.
Next game. Super
No,
Mario.
cut.
Oh,
Cut,
ew,
cut,
yuck,
cut. Yeah.
Cut.
So,
Wow, the
yeah,
first Mario Party on
pre-Jamboree-
the Switch. Wow.
So pre-Jamboree, I would entertain this,
Yeah.
because we probably
Pre-
need a Mario Party, and this is like more
Mm-hmm.
of a Switch game than Superstars.
Yeah.
But I would put Jamboree on over this any day.
Yeah.
4 boards.
Wait, is Jamboree
get that
gonna
outta
wait?
here.
Hold on. Is
Jamboree's on
Jamboree?
I will
Okay,
say
okay.
that Jamboree's
Okay.
okay.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm saying cut.
Yep. And with that, we can.
Okay, it's been cut. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
Cut. Wonder gets on. I don't think this one deserves it.
Okay,
Cut.
yeah,
I really think this game is a great purchase.
It
Actually,
is.
if I'm being
It is.
serious,
Yeah.
because it has the Luigi U campaign in there.
Yeah.
But
It's really
I
fun.
just think Wonder is more of like a Switch. We gotta kind of be super strict, especially with the ports.
All right.
True.
So-
Yeah, I'll be down to cut this one. Mac, really quick question, just
Yes.
to refresh my memory. What's our lock list at? How many games do we have?
We have 5 games locked so far.
Wow.
2
okay.
bubbled.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right,
So
yeah,
you're
I'm fine
already
cutting
kind
this.
of a quarter of the way through your list.
Yeah,
Just
was gonna
if-
say.
to think about that.
Yeah. All right, cut it. We gotta be strict here, boys.
Yeah, we do.
Next game. Ring Fit
Oh.
Adventure.
Oh. I
Okay.
dead ass
in-
think-
hold on. In 2047, are we gonna be like the people from like Wall-E at the beginning, where we're like in the
No,
chair
actually,
so we can't walk
everybody
or
takes
anything
a
like that?
pill that makes you
Yeah.
fit and buff.
Ozempic 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
I mean, I'm
I
down
don't
to.
know.
I don't know. I think I'd probably be down to cut this if this was like the Wii and we were talking about Wii Fit. I would probably
Yeah.
entertain putting it on, but I don't know. I think they tried to just really quick. Sorry, Kagan. I think they tried to recreate that Wii Fit charm with this game, and then just yes, it sold well, but I just don't think it hits like Wii Fit did. So I'd be down to cut.
Yeah, I think the accessory is making me lean cut. Because if
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like this like tiny little thing like I was talking about earlier, like having
Mm-hmm.
a ring is gonna be like 90% of the package, which just would be weird for one game.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has been cut. Next game. Pokemon Let's Go and Pikachu. Oh, wait, Let's Go
bubble.
Pikachu and Eevee.
That's bubble, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
I'm fine bubble.
that's probably
This is a bubble, but I'm leaning towards cut once we have to narrow it down even more.
Yeah, just because it's a remake as well. I don't know, like they look really good, but they did cut
Yeah.
content, and again, we've chosen the no Wi-Fi thing, so there's no Pokemon Go integration
We
with this
do
game.
not have Wi-Fi on this.
So
one.
that's another point. There's no Pokemon Go integration, which was a pretty important
Yeah.
part. So yeah, I'm down to bubble for now, but I think we will cut it eventually.
All right. Next game. Pokemon
Cut,
Brilliant
absolutely get-
Diamond. I don't even need to say.
Jack, please get that off my
Brilliant
screen,
Diamond,
please.
Shining Pearl.
Thank
Cut.
you.
Oh, Pokemon,
Pokemon
Legends
Legends
Arceus.
Arceus.
I think this is the Switch Pokemon, if I'm being honest.
I think I'm leaning towards Lock. I agree with you.
Yeah.
What did
I
we do
feel-
with Scarlet and Violet?
We bubbled
you
it.
bubbled
Bubbled
it.
Scarlet and Let's Go, and we cut
I
Sword.
think we lock in Legends Arceus. This
Legends
is
Arceus.
Yes.
the main Switch Pokemon game. I agree with that, Kagan.
All right. Next game.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Nintendo Switch
Okay,
Sports.
okay. I was just thinking about this game. Let me say my rant.
Okay.
I genuinely think this game probably should be a lock. Not because it's like super important to the Switch or anything like that, but if you were thinking about 20 games, no online, blah, blah, blah,
22
like what could be
games.
super fun local multiplayer,
Yeah.
22 games. This, in my mind, was one of the ones that probably should be on. However, this entire game, it has local multiplayer. All of the replayability comes from the online. We have no online. That makes me fine to cut it. But if there was online, I would say this would be bubble. I would personally lean towards lock, but I will default to you guys.
I think this game is a joke just based off the Sportsmates alone, so I'd go.
I think it's a joke. I also think it's a lock. But I have to ask,
Wow.
does this include the golf update?
Yeah.
Because I waited
Because
2 years
And
for
the
that.
basketball update. And the basketball
I'll say
update.
this. I'll actually say this. All games will include all the DLC that it came with included.
Okay.
I don't know. I
low-key
just feel like
think
this
it's-
is a Switch game. It has Switch in the name. Like, I don't know if it's stupid. When we get
No,
to 1-2
I-
Switch, I think I'm going to disappoint some of y'all. But I lean
Oh
lock.
boy. All right, I'm fine though.
We can bubble it.
How many?
I think if
How
we
many
get
have
to, like,
we gone through?
I think
We
so.
And how many have we-
are. I don't know. Wait. Let me look.
It would be
is-
spicy
this
if we
is
lock
the-
it instead of
this
bubble,
is the
but I'd
15th
be
game.
fine.
This is the 15th game.
how many we
50.
locked?
You've locked 6.
Okay.
Oh God.
Boys, I think
I'm
we
fine
bubble
with
this.
bubble.
I'm
I
not
think
gonna lie. I
bubble,
think we
but I'm
bubble this.
leaning
We'll
lock.
bubble. All
I
right.
think we bubble this. See what happens.
Next game.
Here.
Luigi's Mansion
Oh.
3.
I am perfectly fine to cut this, which I know might upset any and all Luigi's Mansion fans.
Luigi's Mansion is not a.
I think it's a good game.
I
think it's a great
fundamentally
game,
disagree.
actually. I think I think it's a great game, but I don't know why it like doesn't. I just kind of forget about it sometimes, if I'm being honest. And I think it's one of the best looking games on Switch.
Yeah, 22 games. I'm trying to think if this is. I'm trying to think of like all of the different areas of games that the Switch kind of gives us, and I'm wondering if like Luigi's Mansion is like kind of essential to that. And I don't know.
I'm
I
so
don't know.
indifferent. Like, I'm fine with
Yeah.
bubbling this. I think there's a lot that's going to come down to, like, how many we have, and I think this is one of them. If we're at, like, 19, throw Luigi's Mansion in there, but
Bubble.
Yeah,
my two
no, I think
cents.
you're right. We'll
Bubble.
bubble it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next game. Splatoon 2.
We gotta cut. If there's no online, we have to cut both Splatoon
Okay.
games. The campaigns are not that
Really?
fun.
I
I 100%
Even with the
the
Splatoon 3
campaign of
DLC.
Splatoon 2.
if we have one, this
Yeah.
is or if we have Wi-Fi, this is an instant lock, but I think the vice versa is also true.
Also, why would they if there wasn't Wi-Fi on the console, including this game as one of the games would just be ridiculous, I think.
Yeah.
Like even
That's-
with
yeah.
Octo expansion and the Octo Valley or Octo Canyon single player campaign, it's just not worth it.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. So I
Cut.
think we cut. I think we cut.
All right, next game. Super
Lock.
Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. That's a lock. All right.
That's a
we
lock.
got
Quickest
Wii
lock
U
of my
game
life.
on the Switch Classic.
Base
Makes
3D
perfect
World
you-
is
you
already
agree,
so
right?
fun.
I love Bowser's Fury. I think that alone, I would even consider lock. Yeah, I think lock. It's kind of stupid that it's, again, if we're having a Wii U classic before this, it's kind of silly, but I think the improvements make it a Switch game enough.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Well, I like it.
All right, next game. Super Mario
Lock.
Bros. Wonder.
I think
Lock.
that's also a lock because we cut U Deluxe earlier. So yeah.
Yeah.
Lock
And
up
Mario
Robert.
Maker is probably getting cut because we have no
Oh
online.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
point.
game. Mario Party Superstars.
That's
Gotta be
cut.
a cut.
That's gotta
Yeah.
be a cut.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's only one Mario Party game to be on this console, and we all know what it's gonna be. So
All right.
Yeah.
Next game, Splatoon 3.
That's
Again, an
also
unfortunate
a
cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate cut. No online, just murdered Splatoon.
All right. Next game, 3D All
Ew,
Stars.
what the hell?
Ooh.
Cut.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
I'm saying cut. No, I'm saying
Wait,
cut.
This is
wait,
not. This
wait,
is a
wait,
Switch
wait, what? Are you guys
This
serious?
is a
Are you
Nintendo
guys serious?
Switch Classic console.
I will say though, I
Bro.
think the
What?
SNES Classic had Mario All Stars on it.
It did.
could be wrong.
But this is.
Guys, we're
If y'all-
okay,
if y'all
it's
wanna
one
keep it-
game. No, let me just make a case. It's one game that has 3 of the greatest 3D Marios
Two.
of all time. Okay, yeah, okay. I know you
hates
hate
Galaxy.
Galaxy. He hates Galaxy. Anyway, and then we would have like 5 3D Marios on this console, and like again, I think it would be different if 64 Sunshine and Galaxy were all separate from each other. But I don't know. I don't hate it. I mean, I know it's not an original Switch game or anything like that, but I don't know.
To me, this is
Feel
an
like-
easy cut.
I'm
don't-
leaning
I-
cut. I don't
Really?
think we
Okay.
can justify
Yeah.
this being on the Switch over
Overruled is what it is.
other
but, yeah,
games.
that's
All
fair.
right.
Yeah, we already
fair.
have 2/3 3D Mario experiences, depending on how you look at Bowser's
Yeah.
Fury plus 3D World, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, PJ. I think this
I'm
was a
shocked.
cut,
I'm
though.
shocked. I'm just shocked you guys
Yeah,
went.
I
cut on
love the
that one.
game, but
Yeah.
that's just.
Fair enough.
Next game,
Yeah, we can.
No.
Super Mario
Cut.
Maker 2.
It literally
Yeah.
says includes online on the box. Like I don't think
I don't know if that was intentional, but that's funny. Yeah.
no, gotta cut that.
Yeah, this is like an
Been cut.
online specific game.
Mario Maker
I-
2.
I also think this game, the launch was like so lackluster, and I really didn't play it that much. And then when the world element came out, it made me really wish that it launched with that because I had no levels to put into it, and nobody was playing the game at the time. So
Yeah, no,
the
I agree.
DLC
They
might make
launched
it
super
worth it,
underbaked.
but like you need online for Mario Maker. I think on the 3DS they like cut a lot of the features or like the ability to upload.
They didn't. Yeah. You had the only possible way you could share your made levels on Mario Maker 3DS was through a spot pass, which was like you had to walk up
Oh
next
my
to
God.
someone.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was horrible. So, and I wasted $40 on that. So, cut this. This is disgusting.
Yeah, it's a worse
I
version
will say,
of the 3DS
I will
game.
say, the 3DS focus group added Street Pass and Spot Pass to their classes.
Based.
So.
Based.
Oh, good for
Just-
them. Okay.
Just food for thought. Next game, Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Oh,
I'm
you
leaning
know,
lock.
yeah. This game is really fun. First 3D Kirby. I think it did a lot of things well. I mean, I don't think there's another Kirby game that's going to be on the list, so I think this should be the one. So I'm leaning
Star
lock.
Allies will probably be on the list, but
Hmm.
I don't think that's at all a lock.
Yeah,
think
I
that
would
game
have
is-
this over Star Allies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is like the Kirby representation we need.
Yeah.
Perfect. Next game,
Lock it.
Link's
Ooh.
Awakening HD or remake.
Gotta
whatever you
be
call it.
cut in favor of Echoes of Wisdom, right? Or am I
Ooh,
Would
bugging?
that be on the list?
no, that actually makes
just
sense.
came out.
It is on the list.
I
okay.
love
It's not all 50. Yeah, I'm sure he picked.
Oh, okay.
Handpicked.
Gotcha.
Link's Awakening. I know it's a remake, but it's like such a necessary remake of like a Game Boy game because I would never go back and play the Game Boy version.
Oh God, no. Yeah.
This is like probably a top 10 Switch game for me. That being said, if we're talking about the context of a Switch classic, it's hard to justify putting this on, especially if we're gonna have Echoes of Wisdom on the list.
Yeah. I think I agree. I don't like. I haven't played this game or anything like that, but you guys have talked glowingly about it. But I think it makes sense to probably miss the cut here.
All right. Next
Make
game,
the cut. Make the
Clubhouse
Sure.
Games
Oh.
Make the
51
cut.
Worldwide Classics.
Oh.
No. We're not putting Clubhouse Games on the
Yeah,
Switch,
I think there's
bro.
there's an argument to be made if we had the ability to actually switch the Switch, but considering it's locked on TV, I think
Oh, good
we
point.
cut it.
Jackson,
Oh,
Yeah,
this
I've
was a
never
big
heard of
deal
this
back
game,
in like
so-
2018.
Yeah,
They
this
talked
was
about
a
it
big
every
deal back in
direct
the
for
say.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All
Kids
right,
these days, all they
before we-
remember is farming simulators, but they don't remember Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics.
Before we
Oh,
move
yeah.
on to the next game, we're officially halfway through, and we have 9 games locked, 5 games bubbled.
Ooh.
That's about right.
5 games bubbled.
Only 5 games bubbled.
Wait, 9 games locked, 5 games bubbled. We've gone
Yes.
through 25.
Yep.
Dang, almost half of our games have been cuts. We're doing actually pretty well. I thought we were gonna have a
Yeah.
lot of stuff to go over at the end, but
Yeah.
we're doing pretty decent.
All right. Donkey Kong Country
Ah.
Tropical Freeze.
I'm
I
so
will
glad.
say this
Keep-
game has a new funky mode.
Thank you, Time Traveler Mac 2.0.
Okay, that's a
Um,
lock. He's sold me on it.
I mean,
I
do
wish-
we need
I
a Donkey
wish-
Kong game?
I don't think we need a Donkey Kong game. I think
No. Okay.
I would like to have a Donkey Kong game, but if Nintendo's not going to give us a new Donkey Kong game, then I don't think it is representative of the Switch. I think this is probably still the best 2D platformer on the Switch, but I just
I mean,
don't,
then we gotta have it. I mean, I think that's a pretty
I don't
big
think
part
so.
you're
in
like
the
glossing
context
over,
of the
really.
classic.
I
In
guess.
the
if we
Yeah.
context
cut
of the
this-
classic.
Cut this, and we put Donkey Kong Country Returns HD
No.
on the Switch Classic.
No.
Hell no.
It's
No, I think we
see
cut
if
this.
it was like the
I agree.
Wii port, like if it was a port of the Wii game, I think that would make sense. But it's so 3DS looking. Like I've played Country Returns HD like on the 3DS recently. It's so 3DS looking. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I
Yeah, I
would
guess.
not put either of these on
Yeah.
the Switch Classic.
Yeah,
the new
I
funky
suppose.
mode is not enough.
All right. It has been cut. Next game. Mario Tennis Aces.
I have
If we're gonna
never
do
played
a
this, so
Mario
that's on
sports
you.
game, it's probably this one,
I
right?
agree. I would
I'm
bubble
fine
it.
with I'm fine with a bubble. We don't need to
Did
lock it in
we-
yet, but
Yeah, did we bubble Switch Sports? I forget.
I think we-
Yes, you bubbled it.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it makes sense to have a Mario sports game, but
Yeah.
there's so many games. Like I just if there's a game that comes up and we don't have any spots left and it's like a really important game, I don't want it to get cut because of Mario Tennis. That's how I feel.
That's
yeah.
true.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I think we bubble it.
yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Next
I
game.
think we move on.
Kirby Star Allies.
Yeah. I've not played this either. Indifferent. I mean, we already have Forgotten Land, but
I'm
This
fine to
game is
cut it.
mid.
yeah,
Return to
it's mid.
Dreamland is way better than this.
Yeah.
So I would say
Yeah,
cut.
I'm fine to
enough.
cut it. We don't need a tenth of our, or I guess a tenth of our console pretty much being devoted to Kirby. I know we have 22, but
Yeah.
so we only
Yeah,
need one
right.
Kirby game. Forgotten
Yeah, I
Land
think we
takes it.
cut. Yep.
Next game. Skyward Sword HD.
The only thing
think
not
so.
HD
Cut it.
is this render you picked.
I think we cut it. If
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I mean, we probably will have 2 3D Zeldas already, and I don't think
Yeah,
a port of a
Yeah.
Wii game needs to be on here. So, yeah,
All right.
I'm
I
with
think
you.
we got it.
Next game. Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I tried to not scream cut as soon as I saw Fire Emblem. I'm gonna be really honest. I tried very hard for that. I know Kagan one time had a little play session of this game one
I
time.
played this game. I'm not a big RPG guy.
Yeah, fair.
But
Welcome
this
to
is
the
like
club,
one
pal.
of the definitive RPGs on the Switch. I would not hate putting this on the Switch Classic. However-
I'm bubble leaning towards lock right now. It's the best-selling Fire Emblem game.
You guys are gonna hate when Xenoblade comes up because we're gonna have to lock one of those games.
Dude, there's
Yeah,
no
you're
way we're
probably
locking
right.
Fire Emblem. Are you guys serious? We cut 3D All Stars.
Well,
we're
Engage
putting
is
Fire
definitely
Emblem?
not getting put on with the little toothpaste hair. You know?
Toothpaste hair. I remember that.
Yeah, they got the Colgate. They got the Colgate.
The
Fire
Colgate
Emblem
cut,
characters,
bro.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I
Oh,
think.
God.
I don't know.
But having this and one of the Xenoblade games on hurts my soul.
Yes,
I think we have
me
to do
too.
it. Also,
too.
the fact that we
I
cut
think
the
we have to do
online
it.
kind of means we need games like this on it.
Yeah.
There's like 200 hours of gameplay, which, if you're normal like
So
us,
what you're
it
saying
might
is
not
you
be.
cut the Wi-Fi
you're
to
paying.
put Fire Emblem and Xenoblade on there. That makes a lot.
Yeah,
of
and
sense.
it's only what, a 2-game difference?
Yeah.
2 games died
Yeah.
for Fire Emblem and
The fair
Xenoblade.
4 games.
sacrifice.
Wait,
Are
we
are
actually just
Are we locking
feel like
or
this is
bubbling
a-
this game?
I'm locking this.
What do you
Screw
think?
it.
Thomas?
Let's
up to
lock
you.
it.
Oh,
Lock
It's
say
in.
lock.
Fire Emblem Three Houses has been locked
I think
in.
we literally had such a fatal flaw doing this. We should have thought about these little RPGs, like these little Fire Emblem Xenoblade games. Like
It's 200 hours of content.
Oh god, but it's
Yeah,
oh,
bro.
God,
It's not,
man.
it can't just be the Switch Classic we want. It's got to be the Switch Classic that you know, that Nintendo
It
would
doesn't,
make.
but it doesn't even sell that well. It doesn't even sell that well.
This sold 3 million copies. That's almost as many as ARMS.
Well, man. But
No.
ARMS, I can't believe it.
Yeah,
No.
we cut this.
Hyrule
Wait,
Warriors: Age of Calamity.
When Thomas was talking about games with frame dips, this was the game I thought
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, this one is horrendous. Runs
I've heard.
There's so
horribly.
many things on the screen. There's like Impa turns into a frog, and you're like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of any universe where we even bubble this. It's a cool concept, but I think we cut
Yeah.
it. I don't think it's at
I'm good to
all
cut it.
like important enough.
Yeah.
It's been cut. Next game. 1-2 Switch.
Let's hear it, Kagan.
That's
Let's
a
hear it.
lot. It's a launch title. It has Switch in the name. It's a Switch. It's the Wii Sports of the Switch.
But no,
We have
it's
the
not.
Wii Sports of the Switch bubbled.
Yeah, that would be Nintendo Switch Sports.
I think if we got a Nintendo Switch Classic, this would be on it. I
Yeah, that's
genuinely
true.
think that.
That's true.
I know, I agree with you. All right, I'm fine to
I
lock
just wouldn't
or
want it.
bubble.
We can bubble
Would
it.
we?
Bubble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it comes down to this or Nintendo Switch Sports, which way you swinging?
Sports.
Yeah, Switch Sports probably for me too.
I think this
Alright.
is gonna be on.
All right, yeah. I think that one will probably
Mario
be on
3D
bubble it,
All
we'll
Stars
bubble it.
died for
Next
this.
game.
Insane. So sad.
Pikmin 4.
lock.
Yeah,
Liger.
it's gotta be.
Lock.
It's a
Pikmin
really
game,
good game.
Yeah.
It's a really
Yeah.
good game.
Yeah, gotta be. Gotta be
Complete
on.
banger.
Oh yeah.
Next game.
Dude, fun side
Nope.
tangent. Oh, Yoshi's Crafted World is on screen right now. That's a crazy cut, but side tangent
Yoshi's
before we even-
Crappy World?
Yeah, that game is terrible. I was doing a podcast, the Mario Matter podcast, with M Swizzle, who's a creator or a Nintendo's like shorts creator. He does a lot of shorts. And one of the like fan questions was something like, what Nintendo series would you not mind not getting another entry? So basically, like, what Nintendo series would you not mind like not seeing something from? And the way I interpreted the question was something I like wouldn't want to see for a while, like not just like kill a series, but you know what would you not want to see for a bit? So my instinctive first answer was Pikmin, because we just got Pikmin 4, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like I think Pikmin 4 is good enough. Like we don't, Pikmin 5 can wait decade plus in my opinion. Like it's just fine by me. And then and I think M Swizzle almost had a heart attack when I said Pikmin because apparently the question was along the lines of like, what do you never
Yeah.
want to see again? And so then we just picked Fire Emblem and Xenoblade.
Dude, low key, I would have said Star Fox.
Yeah,
You never
honestly,
want
that's
to see
fine.
Star Fox again?
I played Assault for a video. We needed footage of it, and I was like, this game, the series has not aged well. It's very 90s, and I don't think it can adapt. Whereas something like F-Zero would be so cool to have a modern entry.
True.
Yeah, it's fine with me. Okay, back to this Yoshi's Crafted World. We're cutting this. Anyone who disagrees, you're fired. So,
I
hate this
agree.
game.
I am inclined
Yeah.
to agree.
Good.
All right. It
Good
has
choice,
been
buddy.
Cut. Next game. Super Mario
Oh.
RPG.
I mean,
This is
it's
already
a
on the
great
SNES
remake.
Classic.
It was on the
So
SNES Classic.
I lean no for the same reasons as we cut
I'm
All-Stars.
fine. I'm fine to cut, but this brings up the idea of a Mario RPG needing to be on this console.
I mean, it's got to be Thousand Year Door then.
But that's also
would
a
say-
remake.
Okay, stop. If you guys put Mario Rabbids on this list, I might walk out. I'm not
Oh,
lying.
hell
Dude,
no,
you guys
hell no.
you guys need to think
Well,
about that seriously.
there's
I'm
two-
literally walking out.
Here's the thing. I forgot Mario Rabbids existed. So I was
gonna
thinking
come
it's
up.
between Origami King and Brothership.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
And-
I think
Origami
it's between those
King?
two.
No.
And I don't think it's Origami King.
Brothership
Wow.
this early.
It might actually run well in 2047. They might actually be able to run it.
Yeah, we can. I'm fine cutting this for now.
Yeah, I think we cut.
I think we just cut it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It has
cut.
been cut. Next game.
Yes.
Metroid
That's a lock.
Dread.
Metroid Dread Lock.
This is such a good game. I
It's
don't
so
I don't
good.
like Metroidvanias, but I love this game. It is up there with Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Like genuinely
I
a
like-
surprising A surprisingly good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
I think
from
we
its
keep it.
story in terms of like how the game kind of came to be up to its release, like Metroid Dread's just peak. So, gotta be on.
Metroid Dread has been added. Next game. Plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
So,
Wait,
ready?
this outsold
3,
Rabbids?
2, 1, cut.
Lock.
What are you saying?
Wait, you let me finish. Lock anyone
I-
who wants to include this
Thank
up.
you. Okay. Thank you.
I heard cut and lock said at the same time, which threw me for a crazy loop. I don't know if anyone else heard that. But
I
then
heard it too.
also,
I heard it too.
Okay, thank you. And then I agree with Kagan. Lock anyone who enjoys this game up in a cell where they belong. Just kidding. Not really. Benito, drop a comment down below. Let's move on to the next game.
New Pokemon Snap.
That's a cut, man. That's a cut. It's just
But look how cute Grookey looks.
I know, but
And
it's
Pichu.
just I don't know. It's the same. I know that it says new, but it's all cap. It's nothing that exciting. I don't
I feel
think.
like people asked for a new Pokemon Snap game for so
they just
long,
didn't
and then
buy
we got it, and it was like actually really good, and people like everyone reviewed it well, said it was great. It looks visually by far the best looking Pokemon game we've ever gotten, and then just no one cared. So
Yeah. I mean,
I'm fine
you're just
cutting it.
taking pictures of Pokemon. Like at the end of the day, like it was. I don't think people realize like what the concept of the game was, and it's not very replayable or anything like that. I don't know.
It's an on-rail shooter.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
literally.
saying that.
Yeah, I'm cutting this for sure.
It's been cut. Next game. Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Is 2 better than 3? Because
I don't
we
think
have
so.
to have it on probably.
No.
So
we'll take 3.
I'll
Yeah,
take 3.
all
3
right.
has less cat girl,
Actually, 3
Weird
has
stuff.
more cat girls.
but less weird stuff though, right?
Yes, it
but
does
2
have less weird
has
stuff.
has a character in
My
Smash.
sister said it
uh-huh.
was less weird.
Okay.
It is
Have to-
less weird.
You have to
It is less
also
weird.
think of the people that live in 2047. I think maybe they like cat girls.
So we should put 2 on.
Just
No,
food for thought.
the cat girl is from Xenoblade 3.
Okay, but you know what I mean, like the weird.
this
Japanese-
The
Cap-
weird stuff,
are
yeah,
you
the
guys
weird
actually
stuff. I know
lying?
what you're talking about is in Xenoblade 2. It's weirder in this game.
Okay.
Yeah. Did we put in the
Bubble,
weird stuff
cut,
solely
or
to?
lock?
No, I think we cut. I think we do Xenoblade 3.
All right,
Yeah.
then cut.
Yeah. I
Cut.
think we cut this.
It's been cut. Next game.
Echoes of Wisdom.
Zelda Echoes
is-
of Wisdom.
A
Lock it
loss.
in, baby.
Really?
'cause-
I was
well,
gonna say
be-
Bubble.
yeah.
Well, because that's
I think we lock
interesting
it.
actually.
No, I'm down to lock it. I think it's
Yeah.
kind of like the Mario Wonder of Zelda. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially because we cut Link's Awakening. Yeah, I think this has to be on for sure.
Next game.
Oh,
Mario
get
Strikers
that off my screen.
Battle League.
I'm fine to cut it. They
Yeah,
made this entire game
gotta
based
go.
around the online. We have no online.
Gotta go.
100%. Yeah. There's
Next
no
game.
content aside from online.
I know this is
Yeah,
unrelated,
got
and
it.
I know that all of the DLC is included in this in 2047, like you're talking about, Mac. But again, like it took them so
Mac 2.0.
long. Mac 2.0.
Yeah.
It took them so long, man, just to get like the base roster. Like you didn't make them unlockable; you just made them free updates. It was a small roster, and then just
Well, you should
it's
see
just
you
sad.
should see the new Mario Strikers in 2047. I'll give you
Yeah.
a little bit of a sneak preview. It only starts with Mario,
Wow. They put the Mario in
and
Mario
then you get a
Strikers.
new character each month. It's kind of like
Oh.
a,
That's kind of hype.
Wow.
I will say, if there's no online, this game would be about just as playable as it is on the Switch now. Because good luck finding a match in 2024.
True.
There is nobody playing this game.
Sure, that's fair.
all right. it's
Yeah, I
been
think we cut that.
Mario Golf Super Rush.
I remember
I
the
think-
one time that we played in PAX back in 2023, Mac 2.0, or
Mm-hmm.
2022. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, I think this probably is a cut.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Mario Tennis would be the.
Yeah. I'm
The
fine
sports
cutting it.
game, yeah. Yeah, I
All
think
right,
this
next
gotta
game.
Cut.
Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
go. Ooh,
Cut. We got Pikmin 4.
really? Yeah.
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 Yeah, 2
This is a Wii U
Pikmin.
game.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we cut that.
Next game. Captain Toad
Again,
Treasure Shack.
love this game. It's a Wii U game. Cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Mac,
Next
really
game.
quickly, how
Yeah.
many do we have locked?
We have. Oh, How many do you have locked? You have
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 locked.
Wow. Okay.
And then you have 7 bubbled.
And what
All
number
right.
are we at?
So bubbles plus locks would be about 20 right now.
I'm
Yeah.
saying like what
Yeah,
number
but-
is Octopath?
Oh, Octopath, I think we've got about 10 left.
All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna
I'm
say
fine cutting
bubble for this
Octopath.
one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think
Wait.
Little bubble action.
Okay.
Just refresh. Just refresh.
Ooh.
here's the
Oof.
thing. I remember when the Super Nintendo Classic came out, and they did have, I think, a couple of like Square Enix RPGs.
Hmm.
And so I would not be shocked. I'm thinking about what they would do, not what we want, not what would be like the best option. I do
Yeah.
think the Switch is like an RPG centric console, to a fault, I would say. But if it has 3 or 4 RPGs, including a Mario one, I would not.
You've won me over.
Be
I
shocked.
think we can bubble it.
Yeah.
It has been bubbled. Next game. Brain
This
versus
game exists?
Brain.
I
Yep.
have. I dude. I
Big
have
Brain
not seen
Academy.
this game.
When did this come out?
I have not seen this game since the DS. That's so crazy.
We can lock this. Or
Wait, when did this game come out? I
It came
swear
out,
you
like,
made
2
this
years
up.
ago. It came out
I,
2 years
Really?
ago.
I never remember seeing this.
it was in a direct at some point. I'm fine cutting it.
Big Brain.
I have no
Yeah,
Yeah, cut it.
I like how Big Brain Academy is ages 3+.
They got to grow the brain somehow.
True.
That's funny.
Next
Is
game.
that Al Numa on the left?
I think so. Literally. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
It's hard to see. It's hard to see.
All right,
Maybe.
next game.
Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door?
I wanna lock this so bad. Like it's just the best Paper Mario. Like I know Origami King is the one from the Switch, but it's just so good. They even made some quality of life changes to make the backtracking aspect near the kind of end part of that game a lot easier, to where you don't have to run all across the map. You just like take pipes to go to the different worlds. You don't have to take 10 years doing that. I don't know. Like I love this game, and the Switch made it so much better. Why are you a hater? I see the face. Why are you a
I'm
hater?
not a hater.
You're a hater.
I don't think this is a Switch game. I think it's
I'm
a
with
GameCube
Kagan.
game.
But it says Nintendo Switch in the top
I
left.
think
What
it's
do
This
you
the
doesn't
mean?
same-
show up on a Nintendo Switch
Yeah.
classic.
I
console,
don't. I
does it?
don't see it being justifiable. I think for a game like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you have to kind of really think about that. Because it's double the amount of content, and this is the same game with like some changes and a visual upgrade.
Yeah, I guess it
agree.
would have been on a GameCube Classic, so
And also, this game
Yeah.
is mid, but people aren't ready to hear that.
bad opinion. But anyway, I
yapping
guess
game.
we're cutting. Bad opinion, so I guess we're cutting. All good. All good.
Next game.
We move on.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
I think
finally
it
a
is,
good
cut two,
RPG.
right?
I think it's disgusting how
Yes,
we
you
just
cut
cut
two.
Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, and then the next game we were like, oh my god, Xenoblade 3 lock. We have to lock.
This
We're
isn't
locking.
the 20
It's
best
like,
Switch
oh,
games,
no.
though. It's the 20 games that would show up on the console that we're
No,
creating.
I know,
Wait.
it just makes me sad.
Is
But
is
this has to
Bayonetta
be fair.
3 on the list?
No,
Okay.
it is not.
Yeah, I would say
technically a
lock
Nintendo
this.
game.
Yeah. Yep.
But Octopath is?
It's published by Nintendo. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, Bayonetta 3 is definitely or actually, maybe it's not.
It's not.
All right. I say lock this.
Lock.
Yeah.
I don't see us not having a Xenoblade game on.
I
the
just
Switch
hate to
Classic.
tell you, Mac, it is. Bayonetta 3 is published by Nintendo.
Do we want to
It's
put
fine.
Bayonetta on the Switch?
No.
No, I'm honestly.
I don't
I'm
think
honestly
so.
asking.
I'm fine not doing it.
I kind of
agree.
forgot that game came out. I feel like there was a lot of hype, and then when it came out, nobody cared anymore.
Terrible
I-
performance issues.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I also think that if that game had come out like soon after Bayonetta got into Smash 4 instead, I think it would have done a lot better. But again, performance issues that's pretty major. So yeah,
All right.
Yeah, I'm
Alright,
fine
well, I
until.
think-
Okay, back to Xenoblade 3. I think we lock it, right?
yeah, we lock. Move on.
Next game.
That
Super
is
Mario
also
Party Jamboree.
also a lock. We said we're
Lock,
saving
lock,
this
lock,
one.
lock,
So
lock.
best Mario Party on the Switch, Mario Party Jamboree for sure gets on.
All right.
For sure.
Next game. Mario plus Rabbids
Get
Kingdom
that
Battle.
off my screen, Benito. I
Cut.
don't care.
So
Cut
here's the
this
deal.
game.
It's the first Mario RPG on the Switch.
Okay, I don't want to hear it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it.
Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Ooh, I'm
I
fine
say
with a bubble
bubble.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we bubble this as well. I mean, I know we were kind of iffy on the RPG side of things right now, but yeah, bubble for now. I think we come back to it.
Bubble.
Mm.
Next game. ARMS.
I
If
mean,
there
like,
was online, I genuinely think this gets on, but I
Yeah.
think we
Guys, I kind of think it would be on.
wait, what?
I think it
I
would
just
be
remember
on,
the
but
Switch
again,
presentation.
No online.
I just remember that Switch presentation,
Yeah.
and
Duh.
that was like one of the games. It got its own direct. I don't know, man.
Just 'cause you get
but
your own
there's no
direct
I say we
online.
bubble. I'll lean cut if there's better games to put on.
I think
All
we
right,
also
bubble
bubble.
then.
I feel like we are cutting a lot of games, you know, justifiably so. But I feel like we gotta make a little pool for ourselves.
Bubble.
To figure it out.
All right. That was the last game. However, I did miss one. What are our thoughts on Origami King?
I
I'm
think
fine cutting
Brothership takes the cake
Yeah.
over Origami King.
Cut?
Yeah.
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 All right. That was the final game on the list. Now let's choose our final list of 22. I'll go through the games, and
Perfect.
then we'll narrow it down to the last 22.
How many choices do we have? Like, how many are we at right now?
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games locked. 15
All right,
games
so we
locked.
got
Okay.
a nice
And then you
7
got-
slots.
You got 10 on the bubble.
That's
Okay.
not
Oh,
bad.
that's easy. So
you
only
have to
3 that
pick
we have to
7
cut.
games. Yep, you have to
Yeah.
cut 3 from the bubble. All
All
right.
All right.
Let me go through them. First one is Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. That. Okay. So that is
I think that
definitely on.
stays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to hear
Scarlet and
all the
Violet.
bubble games though. We're gonna make
It's
a
e-
new bubble.
So it's
Yeah,
between.
let's make a
Well,
new
wait a
bubble of
minute.
these games. Let's go
Wait a
through
minute,
it
it is-
and cut one.
We kind of said though that it's between Scarlet and Violet and Let's Go. So I feel like we could honestly just decide that one because one of the two is staying.
Want me to just name out the bubble games right now, and then we'll go through
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
discuss.
rip it
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah. Let's just
Breath
hear
of the
all of them.
Wild, Scarlet and Violet, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Switch Sports, Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Tennis Aces, 1-2 Switch, Octopath Traveler, Brothership, and ARMS.
I think
Okay.
we cut one of the Pokemon games,
Yep.
Arms, and there was another one you said.
I think we cut. My list is we cut Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Yep.
We cut Mario Tennis Aces, and we cut because I think we keep Switch Sports and then cut
Okay.
Tennis Aces,
Okay.
and then there's one more. I'm fine with Arms.
I'd
giving
keep
Arms the
1-2
boot.
Switch over Arms.
I agree with that.
Yeah, we keep. Did I not say? What did I just say? Did I say the wrong thing?
No, you were
I meant-
talking about. You said we were keeping Arms, but I was saying
Or yeah. Sorry, I meant to say cut Arms. I meant to say cut Arms, Tennis Aces, and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I think were the 3 I said.
I would honestly cut Luigi's Mansion over Mario Tennis.
Really.
Is
But
that
we already
crazy?
have.
Wait, is
Switch
anyone
Sports.
surprised? Let's like.
I guess we
let's,
have-
Let's take a deep dive into that. Is anyone
Yeah, wait,
surprised
this
that
is
he
a
wants to cut
Kagan-
Luigi's Mansion?
That's actually true. This is
Is
actually
Luigi's?
true. Yeah.
Is
No, we
Luigi's
should listen one more
Mansion
time.
3 a top 22 Switch game?
All right, wait. Can you go through the list one more time?
Yes. Breath of the Wild, Scarlet and Violet, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Switch Sports, Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Tennis Aces, 1-2 Switch, Octopath Traveler, Brothership, ARMS.
Yeah, I think it's your 3. I agree.
Let's get rid of Pikachu and Eevee. Let's get rid of.
Wait, we don't cut Octopath Traveler?
No.
No, we keep
Okay.
it.
All right.
It's an RPG.
Yeah, okay. So
It's
I
like
think,
a
yeah.
unique
What's
I
your
think-
second cut?
Mario Tennis
Tennis.
Aces
Yeah.
Mario
And then
Tennis
what-
and
Aces.
then Arms.
With the Pokemon games, though, I'm thinking about, like, the online functionality. Like, I don't... Kagan, help me out because you've kind of played Violet a little bit. Do you think, because we have no online, what game would suffer more from having no online? Like, is it Scarlet and Violet, or is it Let's Go?
I think Scarlet just does a better job representing the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also a bigger
I don't know.
game.
Let's Go is just kind of like a cutesy game, where Scarlet it actually has original Pokemon.
Yeah, true. I think also there's like 2 DLC stories and they're pretty massive and they're good. So yeah, Let's Go cut, Tennis Aces cut, and what are we doing for the third one?
Arms was cut.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Okay,
There you
let's
go.
go through this list one last time. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, New Horizons, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Odyssey, Tears of the Kingdom, Legends Arceus, I apologize. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Mario Wonder, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Pikmin 4, Metroid Dread, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Xenoblade 3, Mario Party Jamboree, Breath of the Wild, Scarlet and Violet, Switch Sports, Luigi's Mansion 3, 1-2 Switch, Octopath Traveler, Brothership.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a good list.
Yeah,
I think
I think
for a
that's a
list
solid
that has
list.
no online, on a console that has no online and can't be taken in handheld but is only TV, I think that's a perfect list. We
I
got our
think
list of
Apple Store-
multiplayer.
I think
I mean, we got
online would have
everything.
been way more difficult to make because not
Yeah.
only do we
Really?
have less games, but there's more games that we would want. Like we'd probably want Splatoon, a few other
100%.
games like Mario Maker. So, I mean, we'd
Yeah.
have to cut like 6 of the games we have here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's some games like Octopath Traveler, which I would be fine with seeing go, and like even Brothership, and then Switch Sports. Like, I feel like I don't know, but I'm happy with the list though. I think we cooked. I think
Nice.
we definitely
22
cooked.
games on the Switch Classic. I appreciate the information. We will take it in, and we will make the Switch Classic. So,
What are we thinking for the
Thank you,
retail
Nintendo.
price, Mac 2.0?
Yeah, what's the MSRP?
So we're thinking probably around like 2K.
Do you?
Inflation
Inflation
kind of
sucks,
inflation
yeah.
kind of went up quite
Oh
a bit.
man, Those
I'm
damn
not sure what that
tariffs.
is in your
the
money
tariffs
times
placed
back
by
then.
which president? The Rizzler or Big Justice? You told us.
Okay.
You told us we got
I
a
will
reward.
say, in the 2046 election, the winner, or it'd be 2044. 2044.
Yep,
The
there you go.
2044 election.
Unless something catastrophic happened.
The dictator of the United States of America is.
The Rizzler. Everybody knew it. It was the Rizzler from the
God.
jump.
Yeah,
We all
yeah,
knew it was
that's
going to be
fair.
the Rizzler. He actually
Alright,
didn't
bring
win
back
the
Mac
popular vote,
1.0.
though. He won. Oh. Whoa. Where did I come from?
Neuralink off. Grok out. There we
Wow.
go.
Everything's
Thank you,
so
Mac. That was a
right.
great segment.
That
That was
was
fun.
good.
I know you
That
have
was
no
fun.
idea what just happened. You kind of blacked out for a
I,
second. there.
I bet it went well. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We need to see this Mac 2.0 guy more often. He's way cooler than the other version. He's got sunglasses.
No, it is true. It is
Yeah.
true. The glasses knock up the cool points, the cool factor. Quite a few points. With that, that's pretty much all we have for today's episode, I believe. Thank
Yeah.
you guys
Yep.
for listening. And Mac, is there anything you wanted to bring up to?
I was gonna say
Cool.
we do have a fan question, and we can go through it very quickly, like speed round kind of.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's
if we
do it.
want.
Do it.
This is by QU Quackon. I don't know. Quacka.
Quacktua.
I apologize. Yeah, I
Oh.
don't know.
Absolutely
you-
not.
If you were stranded on an island and you could only bring one Nintendo game with you, what would it be?
Oh, God.
This is so easy.
It is?
Then say it.
Yeah. Oh, my
He's
God.
holding up a cartridge of Iggy's Wrecking Balls for the
Oh.
N64.
You actually bought it?
smoking-
I thought you were lying. Oh,
I
my
don't
God.
know.
Absolutely.
It's got to be something with crazy replayability.
Yep.
I'm bringing Tears of the Kingdom.
I would want to
Yeah.
bring a game you can't beat.
Just
Like-
restart it.
Like, like name one. What do you mean by that? Just to like,
Dude,
give an
I'm
example.
thinking like a Game & Wario type game where you could just like get a 9,000 score on one of the mini games.
Or like a
like you-
Tetris.
You'll come back from the island and all you'll have is a volleyball and your high score from Game & Wario, and they'll put you in like the Guinness World Records.
I don't know. I'm thinking
Trying to
maybe
think.
Tears of the Kingdom's a good one. Any Pokemon game has a lot of content.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Honestly, I would say Black 2, White 2. I feel like those games for like a DS game as well. I'm thinking of like portability. I don't know. They have a ton of content, so yeah, I'm taking Pokemon Black 2 personally.
All right, Thomas, what's your game?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Tears of the Kingdom's such a good one. I might go. Screw it. If it's just me,
Yep.
give me Smash Ultimate. I think I could play that game forever and not get bored because all the characters play super differently, and there's like 20 trillion spirits and like stuff you can unlock.
That is true, actually.
So, I mean, no online's a bit of a bummer, but I don't know. I'll train up an amiibo to be cracked out god tier and go against that.
That's a good one. Okay.
All right, thank you for
so
the
you're
question.
really going with
Iggy's
Iggy's
I'm
Wrecking
going.
Balls.
I'm going with like WarioWare micro games or something. Like
Yeah.
I want to just. I want some stupid nonsense game I can just play over and over.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right, good question. We appreciate it. If you want to have a comment or a question in a future episode,
There we go.
be sure to leave them in the comments below. With that said, I don't have anything left to do. This is my entire plan. This is the entire episode.
I'm sleepy.
Anybody?
That was a long episode.
That was a long
Sleepy
episode.
Thomas coming out.
Kagan, do you have anything?
Ooh, is he making an
final to
episode
say?
70 appearance?
No, I got
No?
nothing to say.
No.
No.
All right. Well, thanks
Drop a
everybody for
comment if you
watching.
want Kagan to ever come back, or else we'll
Yeah.
lock him away in the editor's dungeon forever again. So,
Please.
yeah.
I'll be
His
back.
life is in your hands, in your comments. No, he'll be back for episode 169. So we'll see him.
Ooh.
Every
Let's see
100
him.
episodes.
That's
Yeah, we'll
about
see
2
him in
years from now.
Will we get there? You'll see in the next episode of Nintendo Tonight. Goodbye, everybody.
Later.
See ya.